Now, for the past week or so, we have been focused on the floods in New South Wales. I want to focus in on one very specific part of New South Wales, which is Eugowra. Now, it is between Parkes, Cowra, Orange, Molong, Forbes. The damage there has been horrific. It's a little joint that's got about 800 people who live in it, but the damage is going to last a very long period of time. A tsunami of water that came through. They didn't have enough help and there wasn't enough warning, just like, of course, there was when it came to Lismore. The bomb has some serious questions to answer. The Prime Minister was there today, along with the Premier, hoping that he would be able to emote his way out of problems. But there was a bloke who decided to look the Prime Minister straight in the eye and say, well, we were in trouble last week, mate, and where were you?
All through the election, one of your slogans was wasn't here to hold a hose. Where have you been, sir? It was said during the election multiple times. Where have you been last week?
I've been
overseas. I heard.
Yeah, I was representing Australia.
So understandably,
and
your people need to hear, sir.
I've come straight away.
Yep.
I'm here as soon as I could be.
Yep.
And I was in touch with Dom.
Yep.
And we have had the Deputy Prime Minister here, who was acting Prime Minister. We've now had the Minister,
the
Emergency Services, and the ADF were here.
Sure.
First day.
Yep. No, I'm not trying to.
First day.
I'm not trying to have a go at you. I'm just
First day.
We need as much help and support now.
No, we're here.
Anthony Robinson is the bloke who decided to voice a bit of disquiet, and I'm pleased to say he joins us right now. Anthony, firstly and most importantly, how's everyone holding up? Because it's an absolute, it's shocking what you guys have been through. How's everyone going a week on?
Oh, mate, we're a very strong and resilient community here. We're battling through. There's been a lot of support from the surrounding communities as well, who've also been affected by the flood, and their support's been tremendous.
Normal bloke in a high-vis vest, you don't expect to have a chat to the Prime Minister, the Premier, let alone all the cameras around you. I think you did a good job today. What did you want to say to him? What did you want him to hear?
Well, to be quite honest, I'm just sick and tired of ordinary Australians being treated like a tap that fills a bucket for everywhere else. We need funding here. We've got pensioners that, how are they going to rebuild? No one's giving them a loan. People have lost businesses. We've got people who can't go back to work, don't even know if they've got a job to go back to. No one's giving them a loan because they don't have a way to pay it back. We just need some support and some assistance from the government that they seem to be able to find the money to send overseas to everybody else. But, it's about time that it doesn't matter what side of the aisle they stand on, they just need to come together and start helping Australians.
Well, I mean, we saw yesterday that the government signed up to a UN climate fund. It could send $50 billion a year overseas. Okay, fine, international things. But again, what about Australia? What about small country towns? Because, as I mentioned about Parkes and Cowra and Forbes, these are all, they're not exactly giant places in and of themselves, but all the little towns in between require just as much support as the big ones on the map. And it feels to me like that this is what happens. Everyone feels for you when the floods happen. The politicians turn up a couple of days later, and then people like yourself write emails to me 3 weeks later and no one pays attention.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's exactly right. We've got this is going to be felt in the cities, not just out here in the country. We've got farms out here that have copped $2 million just in damages on fences alone. That's not even counting the thousands of acres of crops that are gone. The cost of living crisis is enough as it is, but this is just going to push it even further now.
Well, we'll stick with you, mate. All the best. Thank you, Anthony. I do appreciate the chat, mate. All the best, and thank you for, rallying around that important community, mate. We're with you all the way, okay?
Thank you very much, Paul.
Good on you, mate. Thank you very much. Anthony Robinson there joining us from Eugowra. Again, this is what always happens. Massive media attention. Imagine what it's like to be a normal bloke just trying to get a message to the PM. And I wanted you to hear again directly from him. I appreciate him and everyone else watching us right now on Sky News Regional, right across regional New South Wales, Queensland and lots of other parts of the country.